All right, man, we back. Goodfellas Sports TV. Appreciate everybody for checking back in. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, bell icon, but share the videos. Appreciate the love, support. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, bell icon button. Thumbs up the video, man, and don't forget to check out our sponsor, the Health Blaze, at thehealthblaze.com. They got 100% all natural products from lotions and foot soaks and bath bombs and just everything really, really good. Lip balm, moisturizer bars and stuff of that nature. So check them out. Use the promo code GoodFellow1Boxing. Get 18% off. You don't have to have PayPal when you go over, but that is an option. So check that out as well. Other than that, y'all see what we talking about today. We're talking about Regis Prograis. He has some words to say about Crawford and his future. Dillian Whyte trying to fight Andy Ruiz, but more than likely probably fight Alexander Povetkin. And also, the IBF pretty much granted Errol Spence a medical exception. But salute. Don't forget, we on all social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out to the email as well. All that information is in the description. Don Banks, salute. Courtney Richardson, Samuel, salute. But yeah, man, I mean, you can start off a lot of places. You can start off talking about Regis Progress. Is probably going to be the chunk of the show. Obviously, he said he had a quote that he said he didn't want to end up like Terrence Crawford in a predicament where he was on the wrong side of the street. But I mean, looking at him, he said he want to fight Terrence Crawford, and some people brought it to my awareness that there is some type of jealousy there. As far as he wants to be the first one to beat Errol Spence. Him and Errol Spence fought a few times in the amateurs, and Errol Spence edged him out just barely. But people saying that Regis want to be the first one to beat him is the reason why Regis is picking Errol Spence. Telling why he had a dream to knock out Terrence Crawford on Twitter. To me, to be honest, Regis' progress is a non-fucking factor in my Kevin Hart voice. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter where he go. Because if you look at it, if he go to PBC, look how long Keith Thurman waited. Errol Spence had to wait for Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman was waiting on Floyd Mayweather. You know what I'm saying? So if he go to just kind of think about he go to PBC and he go to welterweight, what's the pecking order? What's the pecking order? Because at the end of the day, Al Heyman has shown that he protects his veterans first. You know what I'm saying? He takes care of Danny Garcia. He gonna take care of Sean Porter. He gonna take care of Keith Thurman. Then you behind Ugas and Lipinets. So really, you like the 88th person on the roster at the welterweight division. You know what I'm saying? You're not just popular enough. And if you was popular enough, you would never made it to signing with the DAZN. You fought on Showtime and they didn't show you no love. Floyd Mayweather knew who you was. Didn't show you no love. So at the end of the day, it's his prerogative. He said, well, I don't want to end up like Terrence Crawford. Like, how I'm looking at it, it's your shorter line if you go to Top Rank. It ain't no long line. You could get a couple quick comeback fights, and you get a Crawford fight. But then again, he said he don't want to make pennies. Then he don't want to make breadcrumbs fighting Terrence Crawford. Well, then you need to build yourself back up. But we know, as far as the pecking order that you're rolling in, is that if you go to PBC, you may not make it to Errol Spence. You may not get past the Lipinets. You may not get past the Ugas. You may have a little bit of problem with Jamal James, but you get past Sean Porter. And it's not just getting past those guys. It's putting yourself in position to get an Errol Spence fight. That's the issue. Is to get the fight that you're looking for. You know what I'm saying? See how long Errol Spence had to wait his turn, and he was pretty popular. You know what I'm saying? He had to for sure wait his turn. Give me 1 second. Jay Thomas, Perez, Trey, salute. But yeah, he had to wait his turn. So, I understand where him saying that, well, I don't want to be in this predicament, that predicament. We get it. You know what I'm saying? If you want to fight a guy like Crawford, you don't want to get pennies. So really, he in a position where with Lou, Lou worked with PBC. He ain't been working with him lately since part with Deontay Wilder, and I guess fumbling that deal with the zone. I don't know what they mad at Lou DiBella about. Is it about, the deal with the zone? Since that meeting they had with Wilder, Shelly Finkel, Al Heyman in the zone, Eddie Hearn, that fell through. PBC really ain't been messing with Lou DiBella like that. All right, so Lou he been working with ESPN, he been working with the zone, top rank ESPN, the zone and Eddie Hearn. So, right now, Regis is in a position where he can do what he want to do. Lather salute. But, at the end of the day, it's probably best for him to stay at 40 pounds. Remember, at some point, he was missing weight and had to come back and make weight, too. He a big guy. He's a guy that competed at 152 pounds in the amateurs. And just as Timothy Bradley, Charles Hadley, Errol Spence, I think Keith Thurman as well competed at 152. So a lot of them dudes are actually, that's where they competed at, in the amateurs. But he kind of talked about the Josh Taylor fight, and said that's a fight that he wants. He wants that rematch. He wants to get his belts back. This, that, and the third, and he really think the fight was close. The fight wasn't close. You started closing the gap when that man eye started, swelling up. Whatever it was from, was it from a headbutt or a punch? I heard it was from a headbutt. You know what I'm saying? I really don't remember. But you won like the last 2 rounds because of the eye. People look at the fight and they rooting for the guy. The guy got beat. Dr. Blick, salute. The guy got beat. You know what I'm saying? He didn't get beat. He got dominated, in my opinion. But he showed a good draw, real good draw. He said he went over there. He was a little bit too relaxed. He said if it was America, maybe it'd be different. Man, he'd whoop your ass in South America, Africa, Antarctica, Asia. He'd whoop your ass in any of the continents. And that's the bottom line. But if you want the Terrence Crawford fight, then shit, go for it, man. If you believe you could beat Terrence Crawford, that's the quickest way. That's the quickest way to start him right now. Because if you go to PBC, Errol Spence tied up for a minute. You're not getting Manny Pacquiao, or you can stay at 40. But really at 40, you waiting on Josh Taylor and Jose Ramirez really to get together and put their heads together and unify. And once they unify, the winner gonna move up and fight Terrence Crawford. So whatever he doing, he really he acting like he got options. You know what I'm saying? You really don't have too many options. You stay over to the zone, then you going at the Mikey like I said they was trying to get you. You talking about Adrian Broner, they not thinking about you and Adrian Broner right now. They're not thinking about you and Rancis, you and Bunny. None of that. PBC gonna pick up a couple of them loose belts when they unify and they get undisputed champion at 40. You gonna be fighting Mikey and Ivan Barashnik and guys of that nature. But other than that, Regis, he don't really move the needle. His popularity came up. Had he won the tournament, maybe PBC would be looking at him. But I don't think PBC isn't interested in Regis Prograis, just off the strength of the Lou DiBella situation. And whatever reason, they not messing with Lou DiBella no more. But I really think his options is DAZN and his Top Rank. And for him, if you want Terrence Crawford, then shit, it's right there. But it's a line. But right now, if Crawford don't have nobody to fight, and they don't get Sean Porter, they don't make the Patrick Teixeira fight, you ask yourself, if you Regis Prograis, do you roll the dice and you fight Terrence Crawford this year without a tune-up coming off a loss? If you truly feel you won, is that really a loss? That's what you got to ask yourself. 1 second. You know what I'm saying? For these dudes saying, the Sean could have won the fight. All these dudes that had debatable wins, I felt Keith Thurman could have won the fight. When these dudes, they had close fights and then they go away and they come back to tune them like they took a loss, then to me that's conceding like they truly thought they lost. If Regis Prograis, if he really feel like he can beat Terrence Crawford, well, it's a good opportunity if the Sean Porter negotiations don't go through and he don't feel comfortable fighting a 6-foot middleweight and Patrick Teixeira who fighting at junior middleweight, and they want Jose and Josh Taylor to fight. Man, it's a great opportunity for Regis Prograis to fight Terrence Crawford right now. You know what I'm saying? Don't talk about it, be about it. Coffee, salute. Y'all subscribe to Coffee Universe. Jay Thomas said, I'll never get Crawford then going to Top Rank with a mistake because I don't ever think he'll get Ramirez. He said if he never get Crawford, then going to Top Rank will be a mistake because I don't think he will get Ramirez. I mean, right now it's some time to get Crawford. Crawford don't have nobody to fight. If it ain't no Sean Porter on the floor and he don't want to fight Teixeira, I don't care what nobody say. That's a big dude. His only loss is at middleweight to Curtis Stevenson by knockout. So, at the end of the day, right now, that's a fight to make. I think that's a fight that people can respect. People know who Regis is. Apparently, to a lot of people, Regis got robbed by Josh Taylor, which it wasn't a robbery in my opinion. And if he feel like, he wants to fight, shit, man, go out there and speak it into existence. Don't worry about what they doing at the PBO. I don't want to be in a Terrence Crawford predicament. And, man, you're going to be in that predicament regardless. PBC got 2 belt holders at welterweight, and you ain't getting a crack at neither one of them no time soon. You're going to be sitting there in the same situation that Lipinets and Yuga sitting at. You got to work your way to a title eliminator. You know what I'm saying? And then you got to work your way through the politics, the BS, stuff of that nature. So if you reach Prograis and you can get a shot to Terrence Crawford right now, well, why not plug in? Adrian Broner is fighting at 140 pounds if he come back. 140 pounds. Adrian Broner is not fighting at welterweight no more. You know what I'm saying? So Keith Thurman, Adrian Broner, no. He said he's going to 40. They're going to give him a loose belt. But all I'm talking about, if Regis about it, be about it. I'm sitting here talking about, can't nobody mess with you, this, that. Well, show us. If you didn't feel like you lost to Josh Taylor, it's a huge opportunity for you to fight Crawford. You know what I'm saying? If he was to go over and hit his birds to the PBC, who he beating? That's the question. Because they not gonna just plug you ain't Manny Pacquiao. You just ain't gonna get plugged in with the biggest stars. So they probably would more than likely tune him up versus somebody, feature him on a Spence card, or feature him on a Wilder card or something like that. He would tune up over there if they wanted him. He would tune up, right? And then he would probably fight a Josito Lopez, and then he would, they don't even make they I don't want to say unimportant welterweights, but they tier 3 welterweights fight. You don't see Lipinets and Yugas mixing it up, or Josito Lopez and them mixing it up. They don't really mix it up like that. PBC don't put their horses in with each other, man. So you looking at it, if he did go over there, would he beat a Sean Porter? Would he beat a Keith Thurman? Would he beat a Danny Garcia? You know what I'm saying? Would he beat a Yugas? Can he get I mean, even before we get to could he beat those guys, could he get those guys in the ring? Would he get those guys in the ring? That's the question. You go over to PBC, you will fight once or twice a year, and who you fighting? At the end of the day, at this point in his career, I'm not really a promoter of this, but he should go the safe route and take his own money. If Mikey beat Jesse Vargas, there's something they talking about him doing. Is fighting Mikey at junior welterweight. You know what I'm saying? Get that money, tune up, get Mikey. You know what I'm saying? Then possibly you could chase Hooker down there in the big New Orleans, Houston, Dallas type of fight. You know what I'm saying? Put yourself in position to get a vacant title. And then, then it goes from there. Then if you build your name back up, you're able to get past Mikey, which I think he could. He able to get past Hooker, which I think he could. He able to get past some of those guys, build his name back up, recapture a belt at 40. Then maybe you can, Eddie can do something if Crawford still ain't getting the fights that he need to get. Never know. Ramirez and Taylor can suffer injury. They can get in an accident. They can have some court situations. Josh Taylor and Cyclone Promotion. So it may be an opening for him to fight Crawford down the line, but I think he need to secure his future and get some retirement money because, quite frankly, I mean, you're gonna be sitting there. You're gonna be sitting on Top Rank. If you ain't gonna get plugged into a Terrence Crawford fight right now, then when it's gonna come? Because Crawford don't fight Sean Porter to share now. I don't know who he gonna fight. So they probably feature Prograis on the top on Crawford card, and then later this year he'll get a Crawford fight if he wanted to tune up. Top Rank for him is the quickest way to pound for pound glory and to be a hitter or be a name at welterweight. PBC the slowest way, the DAZN the best way for his retirement money. That's the best way. And for a guy that has fought on ShoBox and pretty much a lot of his fights wasn't televised. I mean, it depends on what his bank account looking like. You know what I'm saying? If DAZN willing to pay him $2-3 million to fight every time out, why wouldn't you do it? Because you got some big fights in the state of Texas and Maurice Hooker and Mikey Garcia. Those some big fights right there. Humongous fights. You know what I'm saying? You know, and also Teofimo Lopez can be coming up to 140 pounds. So the way you got to look at it is, okay, I know Premier Boxing Champions don't do business with nobody else, but Eddie and Bob do business. So that kind of opens up the future. But really the question is starting like, could Regis how long can Regis Prograis make 140? If he can continue to make 140, the best option for him is to stay at 40, beat Mikey, tune up, beat Mikey, beat Hooker, you know, try to get a belt or two, and fight, you know, Zepeda, try to get a Teofimo Lopez, you know what I'm saying, and try to get a couple belts and then move up to 47 when the smoke clear. But if Crawford can't get in, he can't do what he want to do at 47, and pretty much, you know, you got other dudes sitting there, Danny, Shine, Lipinets, Ugis, you know, and they sitting there and if Sean Porter got to cross the street and they ain't got no fights for Sean Porter, where they got room for Regis Prograis to sit in at 54? Davion, salute. Where do they got room for him? That's what I'm trying to say. That's how you got to look at it. Where is there room for Regis Prograis to fit in at PBC at 47? It's not, because if you look at Errol Spence's schedule, Errol Spence tied up for another year and a half. Because if he elect to fight Pacquiao, then he got an IBF mandatory that may depend on when the Pacquiao fight happen. May come in December, may come in January. Then after that, then he got a WBC mandatory. That probably gonna come in June and July 2021. He could be done for 2021. So now you're looking at 2022. Do you really want to sit there and wait? Come on. And he won't get Sergey Lipinets. And I'll speak on Sergey Lipinets' situation. So really, I mean, his best option is to stay with DAZN. That's his best option. DMT salute. That's his best option, is to stay with DAZN. Because you got opponents you can beat. If you can't beat Mikey, then how you gonna beat Shine? You know what I'm saying? How you gonna beat even Keith if he do come back looking like a heavyweight? You know what I'm saying? Like he got a couple options. He can go the safe route with DAZN. He can go the very, very safe route and get some easy money on the tune-up, depending on what they offer. If they offer him $2 million a fight, $3 million a fight, he's a fool not to take it. But he can fight a tune-up, Mikey. He should be able to smoke Mikey, in my opinion. You know, fight Hooker. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, from there, try to get a title shot. You go to Top Rank, then shit, you're going to be plugged in. Because they ain't got nobody for Crawford to fight. Because Jose and Josh Taylor, they both got mandatories, and they might do an undisputed fight if they can get a WBO exception. And, you know, in the middle, they might do it at the end of this year. So, real talk, if Crawford don't fight Teixeira, he don't fight Porter this year, then who do we fight? Because no Ramirez, no Taylor. No mandatory yet. So if Sean Porter, Danny Garcia don't fight him at the welterweight division, what's the next best welterweight for Crawford to fight? So if Regis Prograis talking about, I want to fight Crawford, like dude, right now is the time to go. You sign with Top Rank, you do a tune-up on whatever fight they can find for Crawford, and then you can fight Crawford at the end of 2020. But a lot of dudes don't be believing what they saying. Because who Crawford gonna fight next? I mean, I heard Ray Robinson thrown out there by Ronnie Boy Fresh. You know, ain't nobody else to fight. He already fought a guy like Amir Khan, Josito Lopez. He ain't crossing the street. The Qdoba, he fighting Lipinets for IBF title, interim title at welterweight. Ugis fighting in Mississippi. He was just stopped from crossing the street from fighting Alexander Booth Putin. So they stopped him from crossing the street for a regular title that they hold very, very valuable. Thomas Delorme, I mean, do anybody gonna care about that? Michael Fox, he's still fairly young. Custio Clayton, I mean, he was the man. He was number one for a minute, but I don't know what happened. Like I said, it's nothing. There's nowhere really for him to fight. Jerron Ennis is number 15. He debuted at number 15 in the IBF. Vigil Ortiz, do you invite Vigil Ortiz to come get his ass whooped? That's a no-win situation. Jerron Ennis is number 13 in the WBO now. You already beat Kavalauskas, so pretty much Crawford's options is without the PBC and without moving up. His options really boil down to Vigil Ortiz, a guy like Custio Clayton, a guy like Ray Robinson, a guy like Jerron Ennis, Vigil Ortiz. I said Vigil Ortiz. So he don't have too many options. Y'all said that Ray Robinson beat Kavalauskas. Why not? Why wouldn't you think they do that? Ray Robinson beat Terrence Crawford. So if they do Kavalauskas, I mean, why wouldn't they do Ray Robinson? They might fuck around and do that in Philly. But one thing about Bruce Putin, he would have to give up his regular WBA title. You can't unify that title. So that's why the Alexander Bruce Putin fight wouldn't happen. Can't get that title up. So why wouldn't they? If they don't have nobody to fight, who else he gonna fight? Sean just got married. So who knows? If Sean just came off a loss, do we want to tune up? Danny Garcia don't get the Errol Spence fight. Do we fight Austin Trout at 47? Will he, would he ask the WBO, all right, order the mandatory, I'll fight Terrence Crawford? Do Danny Garcia wait for Errol Spence and Manny Pacquiao winner? I mean, it's a lot of ifs. Is Keith Thurman ever coming back? So, I mean, there's them the options. So, if Regis Prograis really about it, if he really wants, it's an opportunity right now for him to fight Crawford. It's an opportunity. He can tune up. Crawford can fight. I don't know who he going to fight. Regis can tune up on that undercard as a co-feature, and they can go in late next year. Later this year, they can fight. If he really want that smoke, they can fight next. If he really want that smoke, they can fight next. So, I mean, like I said before, all this, if a shoulda, coulda, woulda, if was a fifth, we all be drunk. All that talk, these fighters just be talking, dog. They just be yip yap, rat-a-tat-tat. They just be talking. Because right now, Regis come over there and fight him next. Ain't nothing on the floor. Ain't on the floor. He can fight him next, and he can fight Sean. If he can't fight Sean, then he can fight nobody that y'all care about. People say, well, it's Bob Arum's job to do this, that, and the third. Yeah, now he building up his farm system. Now Taylor, Ramirez. Don't be surprised if you see Teofimo and Bud in the next few years and Bud stick around. Boost Putin, they got him in the oven. So they slowly but surely, I mean, if he signed Jerron Ennis, he got him in the oven. I mean, I don't know why they're not attempting to sign him. So, so if Regis really want it, me personally, if I'm in his position and I missed out on so much money, fuck the popularity. You feel me? Forget the popularity. If they offer me $2-3 million to fight on his own, I'm over there. I'm going to tune up, beat up Mikey, beat up Hooker, and then see where life take me. But if he truly want to be great, you know what I'm saying? If he truly want to go out there and test himself, if he believe what he's saying, and I ain't saying that he don't believe what he's saying, but if he believe what he's saying, throw him in the ring. Put him in the lion's den. Salute, Wood. Y'all subscribe to Wood. Funniest nigga on the internet. If he believe what he's saying, all this, I want to fight. These niggas just be talking to hear they self-talk. Right now, it's nothing on the floor for Crawford. If Sean get married, Sean ain't negotiating. You know what I'm saying? He hitting the skins and he enjoying his honeymoon. He enjoying his kid. Whoop-de blase blah. Crawford can move up and fight Teixeira. Then again, that's a tough fight. So right now, Crawford, if he don't fight Sean Porter or Sean Porter want to tune up, throw Regis in there. Throw Regis in there. I don't know what's going on in this. Throw Regis in there. If Vigil Ortiz, beat him the fuck up. He number 3 in the WBO. But everybody's sitting here and for Regis, and I know when they get happy because PBC ain't messing with Lou, but for Regis to sit there and go to PBC and sit there, I mean that's like you going to an AAU team to be the 15th man just to be on the team. When you go to another team and be in the starting 5 and who? Why would you go sign somewhere to be on the 15th man on the bench of your prime? Deshaun, salute. Bobby Sweat. I mean, why would you go somewhere to be the 15th dude on the team? Right now, you can plug right on in. You can plug right on in and fight Crawford today. If you beat Crawford, man, come on. How can they not say you're not top dog pound for pound? Regis got that power. Regis got speed. You know what I'm saying? Regis got, I mean, come on, if you believe what he's saying. If that's the quickest way, even East, if that's the quickest way to think about an Errol Spence fight, that's what he want. He want to rematch Errol Spence from the amateurs. But he pulled up on Terrence Crawford in New Orleans, something about his boys, something about, oh, we want all the smoke. Nigga, it's right now. He don't have nobody to fight. I'm pretty sure Sean will take a tune up. If he believe what he talking, let's get it going right. All this talk about these fighters, I want to fight that guy now when the path clear. You don't know which way you want to go. If I'm him, I'm going to the zone. If they zone pay me $2-3 million to fight, I'm going the zone route. I'm gonna beat up on the can of tune-up fish. I'm gonna beat up on Mikey Garcia. I'm gonna beat up on Maurice Hooker. And I'm gonna be the man over there. Wait till Josh Taylor Ramirez give me a belt. Eventually, Devin Haney got to come up. Eventually, but it depends how long can he make the weight. Because he got a welterweight on the zone. He fight Jesse Vargas. What else they got? Nothing else. They gonna rent Thomas Delorme. Could do that on Top Rank. Who else he gonna fight? PBC fighters, the contenders don't fight each other. If it ain't no belt in the line, why you think Danny ain't fighting Sean January 25th? That would have stayed on pay-per-view. Wasn't no belt. He didn't want to fight him. Wasn't no belt in the line. Keith Thurman didn't even want to fight with Errol Spence when it was a belt or two on the line. So they ain't nobody fighting Yugas without no belt on the line. Lipinets, man, all them gonna continue to do is beat up on the other pedestrian welterweights. He says good, Sam B. Oh, he's talking to somebody else. Like I said before, all them dudes don't fight each other. We just go over there, he gonna be beating up on somebody you never heard of. He gonna be fighting Rod Salka and somebody gonna be fighting Rod Salka and they gonna find somebody for him to beat up on. Y'all gonna be like, where they get Sammy Vasquez from or Victor Ortiz, or they might get a resalvage title with Luis Collazo. Shit, he might end up beating on Andre Berto or something like that. You just don't want that smoke. Hold on real quick. Out of a title fight. That's another dude who just put out of a title fight. He got ordered to fight Alexander Boots Putin for the regular WBA title. Go check his Twitter a few weeks ago. And I got word that Al Heyman that Al Heyman told him that he'll promise him a title fight down the line, the distant future. So now he fighting in another week, 2 weeks, January 30th or something like that, in Mississippi versus Mike Dallas. Mike Dallas is who Yugas is fighting next. Sergey Lipinets, he wanted to fight Josito Lopez. Lopez didn't want to fight him. So who Lopez going to fight next? Sean Porter? We don't know what Sean Porter doing. Keith Thurman, he ain't think about nothing. He still spending Pacquiao money. Andre Berto, is he active or not active? Danny Garcia, you see what he doing. If it ain't no title or no big fight on the line, he Granadosing, he Riosing, and now he rednecking. So he ain't doing nothing. So it ain't like they putting Danny Garcia in there with Yugas and Yugas in there with Sean if it ain't the title on the line. They not in the business and consolidate. People talking about, oh man, you on the wrong side of the street. Dude, you could be on the right side of the street with PBC and will not get those fights. You could be on the same side of the street. You could be, can I get a window seat? You're going to be right next to the dude asking for a window seat. Closer than close in my Nate Dogg voice. And you still can't get in the ring with him. So when people talk about who ducking who, you know what I'm saying? It's obvious. PBC can't even make the fights on their side of the street you want to see. When Sean was trying to fight Danny for the interim WBC title, they ordered it. Danny Garcia was nowhere to be found. I'm retiring. I'm taking a year. I told Al I'm taking a year off. If it ain't no title on the line or titles on the line, it could be titles on the line and Keith Thurman still won't get in the Lions Den with Errol Spence. And they won't force him to get in there with Errol Spence. If Sean Porter and Yugas won for a title, it wasn't going to happen. Now, they was supposed to fight. Hold on, I'm going to put this in here. They were supposed to fight on a prelim card. I forget what pay-per-view it was. I think it was for Mayweather McGregor, if my memory serves me correctly. I could be wrong. He was supposed to fight Dennis Yugas on a Fox prelim card as the main event, and Sean Porter pulled out with a family emergency. So at the end of the day, you ain't getting them fighting each other too often. They might pass Berto around like a $2 hooker, and they might beat up on Berto, or they might beat up. It's hard to get Sean, Keith, Danny, Yugas, Lipinets in the ring with each other if it ain't a title on the line. PBC won't even make Jamal James and Danny Garcia none. They not consolidating nothing. It's just they sitting there and they not challenging themselves. Henry Brown, salute y'all. Ducking the Arsenal since Cassidy asked Spence. Salute. They not consolidating nothing. PBC is just like that Thanksgiving or that Thanksgiving food that's clogging up, that's backing you up. Ain't nothing moving. Ain't nothing moving unless it's or mandatory. They not in the business of consolidating. They don't want an undisputed champion. It's laughable when people say, oh, this guy holding up the division. They doing what Top Rank was doing 10 years ago. I was on the phone with somebody yesterday talking about that. Ronnie Boy Fresh. They trying to make all in-house fights. And what's so funny is you see the history. History done told you that it don't work. Bob Arum found that out the hard way. That no matter who you got, in-house fights not going to work. You got to work together. And Al Heyman going to kill this stable the same way. And he won't even make the in-house fights. That's the fucked up thing about it. Now, Bobby had a couple of those instances like Gamboa and Juan Lopez, where he didn't make certain in-the-house fights that he should have made. But Al Heyman not even giving y'all the in-house fight. Everything y'all getting is leftovers. Now, certain leftovers taste good the next day. You ever ate leftover chili you've made right? Tastes good the next day. But Al Heyman, he giving y'all like leftover, like almost molded cheese leftover. He not even giving y'all like good leftover food. This ain't cold pizza. This frozen pizza he giving y'all. And I can prove it. Go back to 2017. When Errol Spence, I think that's when he won the belt. Errol Spence couldn't get a fight until, hold on, Super Chat. Henry Brown say, Spence and Sugar Tank Coward season is over. Sugar Tank, that still give me appreciate the super chat. And if you look at it, Ronaldo salute. If you look at it, 17, I think Spence won the title. He fought for it in like June or May or something like that. He didn't get another fight till January because they couldn't find nobody for him to fight. Keep in mind, Sean Porter went over to the UK and thought Kell Brook was going to beat Errol Spence and was ready to call Kell Brook out for his fight, for a rematch. Errol Spence won. He didn't want the title. You know what I'm saying? That's a fact. Errol Spence got a title. Keith Thurman didn't want to fight him. Errol Spence got a title. Danny Garcia didn't want to fight him. You ain't hear Andre Berto do a peep. Collazo was supposed to fight him after that fight. His arm ended up in a sling. He started ducking. Errol Spence couldn't get a fight. Al didn't call nobody else like, hey, you got to fight this dude. No. He never forced Keith to fight him either. What did Keith do? Keith got rewarded for ducking with the Manny Pacquiao fight. Henry Brown say, I'll cut wedding and give me $600K. I got bills. So, I mean, like I said before, it's proven they haven't made fights when they side of the street. You know, Gary Russell, Leo Santa Cruz never happened. I bet you they don't make Ray Vargas, who they just signed in Rickendall. Bet you they don't make that fight. Guaranteed it. In my Rasheed Wallace voice. Caleb Plant and David Benavidez, what they waiting on. They ready for 1999 to reoccur? Well, it keep going on with fights they ain't made. Charlo and Jared Hurd, why they ain't never happened? Derevchenko and Jamal Charlo, why that ain't next? You know what I'm saying? That ain't in the business of that. So Regis Prograis, man, if I'm him, and if I truly think I could whoop Crawford, I go into a Crawford fight. If I can't whoop Crawford, then I know it's an iffy fight where I don't feel good. I stay on the zone. I beat up a tuna fish, can of tune-up fish. I beat up on Mikey because he should be able to beat up Mikey. If he can't beat up Mikey, then I don't know what to say. You ain't going to survive at 47. Can't beat Mikey at 40. You know, then I beat up on Hooker. We can do that at the Frisco Star. And that's that. And then I go from there. If I'm getting $2 or $3 million a fight a zone, then Regis is going to be in a great position to be successful financially in boxing. And he only, 31 years old this year, 31 years old. So he got plenty of time. So, I mean, like I said before, man, you know, it's no point for him to go over to PBC. He's just going to be sitting in the deep freeze. Now, if he go to PBC at the 140-pound division, maybe he can get Broner, Robbie Jr., Rancis Bartholomew, Mario Barrio. Maybe he can get some of those fights. But the 147-pound division, that's going to be top ranks pretty soon in the zone. What should I tell you? Depending on who Jared Ennis go to, the zone and top rank going to take over that division pretty soon. But Errol Spence might stay there for years to come. You know what I'm saying? But like I said before, Ortiz is going to get better. Ennis is going to get better. Some of these young bulls, Teofimo Lopez is going to be there before you know it. Haney going to be there before you know it. Barrios and the dude Barktov who gave him a tough fight. A lot of young dudes they're going to get upset. Watch what I tell you. Keith Thurman, somebody going to whoop his ass if he come back. Somebody going to whoop on Shine. Somebody going to whoop. Definitely, them three definitely going to get whooped on. Let me just tell you that for sure. Them three definitely going to get whooped on. Them three right there, they sit here too long and they don't challenge themselves and they somebody going to whoop them. Them three for sure going to get whooped on. And Crawford too, he ain't doing nothing but getting older. You know, so right now they need to consolidate. But Ennis and Ortiz is going to be the game changers in that division. And they wait too long. Devin Haney and Teofimo Lopez and Barrios and Taylor Ramirez, all them, like this division is going to get a makeover. It's going to get a makeover. And if these dudes are more progressive than what Errol Spence and Crawford and Manny was, they will be. But let's talk a little bit about IBF medical exception for Errol Spence. So Errol Spence got a medical exception, long story short. I remember Charlo got one for being legally blind. He had to get LASIK, Jamal Charlo, before the J-Rock fight. J Rock and his camp accused him of being on steroids. So that's where that Charlo Errol Spence rumor came from. It's from Stephen Bredman and J Rock. I remember that, and J Rock was blasting him all through that build up to that fight. But yeah, Jamal Berry, Danny ain't never fighting boots. But Errol Spence, and I'll read the article. That I think that'll get better insight. I'll read the article. Give me a minute. I'm gonna pull it up. Hold on. All right. Catch my other video. I'll put it in the description, or I'll drop it in the chat. It says IBF orders Qdoba versus Sergey Lipies to fight for interim title with unified welterweight world titleist Errol Spence Jr. sidelined until at least the spring following an October 10th car accident and due to make a mandatory defense of his WBC belt. The IBF has ordered Qdoba and Sergey Lipies to meet in the interim title for the interim title. Qdoba, Spence IBF mandatory challenger, the former world titleist Lipinets, ranked at number 3 in the sanctioning belt body, notified the IBF in writing that they would be willing to participate in the interim title bout. They were ordered to meet for the interim title. The IBF sent a recent letter to Carl Moretti. He is a matchmaker for Top Rank, for y'all who don't know, and Qdoba's promoter, Tom Brown. Qdoba's promoter, that's Top Rank, and Tom Brown and TGB Promotions, which represent Lipies, to advise them of the situation. The letter wrote, IBF welterweight champion has sustained an injury and is unavailable. The IBF champion chairman, Carlos Ortiz Jr., wrote to them. Errol Spence Jr. is also the WBC welterweight champion. Based on a mutual agreement between the IBF and the WBC, Errol Spence Jr. has an obligation to make a mandatory defense of his WBC welterweight title. Errol Spence further obligated to make a mandatory defense of his IBF welterweight title within 90 days of his WBC mandatory defense. The IBF is ordering a fight between the leading available contender for an IBF welterweight interim title. Ortiz knows the negotiation should begin immediately and can be concluded by February 9th, or a purse bid will be ordered. The letter further said, should either contender decline to participate in negotiations, his ranking will be dropped to below number 10 for at least 6 months, and the next boxer in line will be offered the opportunity to enter the elimination process. Neither fighter can take an intervening fight until the elimination process is concluded. Moretti and Brown have begun discussing an effort to make the bout. So there you have it. So Errol Spence is getting some time off due to his injuries, as you heard, and also he has WBC mandatory if he supposed to fight Danny in the Riddick winner, but it sounds like he might be fighting Manny Pacquiao next. So I don't know how the WBC will handle that. But after that fight, his next fight, whatever it is, if it's Riddick, Danny, or Manny Pacquiao, he has 90 days to defend his IBF title. So he got 3 months, or I think, to make an agreement. So like I told you guys before, he will fight Pacquiao, then he will have to defend his IBF, then he will have to defend his WBC title. So if he fight Pacquiao in June, he out here partying and doing the whoa and dance with other niggas and shit with all the chicks in the club. He probably fight, let's just say he fight Pacquiao in June to be safe. He would have until September to defend his title, which they might get an extension for that. So you probably looking like October, November, he defend his title. You know what I'm saying? Then he will come back in the WBC and probably defend his title in March or April of 2021. So Errol Spence is going to be tied up for a year or two. So Jab Leg TV salute. So that's the situation with that. Like I said, man, they talked to the WBC, and they made a plan where he gonna defend his WBC title next, which may or may not happen. Don't be surprised if the WBC don't come up with some mystical mandatory that make Manny Pacquiao the mandatory. But like I said before, PBC is gonna make sure that Crawford fight probably don't happen. Ricky, salute. So it could be a situation where, I'll read it again. A 90-day turnaround. If I read it right, give me a minute. If I read it right, it says that Errol Spence is further obligated to make a mandatory defense of his IBF welterweight title within 90 days of it. So what's the chances? All right, let's keep it real. Okay, what's the chances of Errol Spence fighting in June and coming back 3 months later and defending his title? When the last time you seen a fighter defend his title on 3 months' notice? Come on. He probably gonna drop the IBF title. What I'm thinking is he probably gonna fight Pacquiao and probably move up. But if he do come back and they get an extension, so let's say he fight in June. They keep saying April, May. The way he partying and his weight, I don't see him coming back that soon. I'm gonna say about June. You go July, August, September. So use June and September coming back. I'm gonna say more likely he come back in November at the earliest. But if they really strict on that 90-day rule, what probably happen is Lipinets probably get the title. He have a tune-up fight. He come back and fight Errol Spence the top of 2020. Errol Spence get that title back. He defend against Danny, and then he will fight Crawford late 2021 maybe. They could do it that way. If Errol don't want to come back off of 3 months after a fight in 90 days, which I think is fairly quick, and that's kind of an old school type of rule. They probably need to make it like 120 days of 180 days to be honest. And he do come back and fight Lipinets or Qdoba, then we'll see. But if Lipinets is able to beat Qdoba, which that fight can be on the Wilder Fury 2 undercard, so don't be surprised to see that on the TV pay-per-view portion. If he do come back after that short amount of time, then it probably gonna be worse Qdoba. But if Lipinets win, I see them him dropping the belt, giving it to Lipinets, and fighting Lipinets in January or February of 2021. Then fighting Danny after that, and then maybe squeezing Crawford in. But at the end of the day, a lot of things got to happen. If you fight Danny next and Pacquiao have a change of heart, or he want to drop the WBC, then it's probably be Danny, Lipinets, and then Crawford. I don't know. Unless he's still gonna wait for Manny. But like I said, if Manny don't take the fight now with Errol Spence, it ain't gonna happen. Coming off a car accident, coming off a serious injury, this is a perfect time for him to take the fight. And I was listening to an interview by Brother Nas. I'm gonna play it for y'all real quick. And I was talking about Manny Pacquiao's punching power the other day. But I'm gonna play this.
I remember him wrapping his hands, Pacquiao.
Because he wraps his own hands. Yeah.
When he kept asking me, we want to see you going. I was like, son, go ahead and wrap your hand. You doing all right? But every little thing, finally, we all in the room got irritated. Everybody was like, go ahead and rap, Pacquiao. But he just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, it was cool.
All the stuff that went on before.
Yeah.
I guess he was saying, didn't say it without saying out loud, he was saying to me, I punch so damn hard. You might want to see every step of this to make sure, because you might think I have something as hard as that. But after he wrapped the hands, I held my hand up like this, and he said, in my hand. I said, shit. Had I not seen him wrap that hand, I'd ask him to rewrap that damn thing. But he just punched that hard, man. Sitting up on them little fire plugs that he called legs.
You heard what that man said. That's Nazim Richardson, Philly coach. Shane Mosley, Bernard Hopkins. He said that Pacquiao was wrapping his hands. He wrapped his own hands. And he kept showing Nas, and Brother Nas, like, I'm wrapping my hands. Watch me what I'm doing. Because of what happened with the Margarito thing and how Margarito got caught allegedly with plaster in his gloves. And long story short, he said once Pacquiao tapped my hand with the gloves, if I didn't watch him rewrap them gloves, I would have made him unwrap them gloves and wrap it again because he hit so hard it's like he got something in his hand. You heard Gervonta Tank Davis say on Sway in the morning. He said Pacquiao can crack. Low-key picked Pacquiao to beat Errol Spence just before the accident. Mayweather told Fight Hype, "Oh, he got some thump in that left hand." Pacquiao can crack. Pacquiao can crack. So play if you want to. We thinking that Crawford can just take the biggest shots, or we thinking that Terrence can take the biggest shots, or Errol can take the biggest shots. You don't, man. What Pusha T say? You don't know till you know. You don't know till you know. You know what I'm saying? Nobody, the real talk, nobody thought Keith Thurman had the jaw that he had to take the punishment that Pacquiao dished out. Nobody, even though Jeff Horn fought probably one of the biggest punchers I've seen in welterweight history in Randall Bailey. I seen Randall Bailey knock out Mike Jones. Mike Jones was 6'2", 6'1", muscle welterweight. I seen him knock him out with a tap. I think it was an uppercut. Clint cold. Rick James saying, cold-blooded, cold. I still didn't think that Jeff Horn could take the punishment that he took from Pacquiao in the 9th round. I didn't think Keith Thurman, the DeBarge brother, still can take that punishment. He walked through some shit. But you don't know until you know. People thought, Broner got a jaw. Broner could walk through Madonna. I thought that too. And Madonna got to dropping bombs over Baghdad on him. And what'd he do? Freak hoes, bend down, making knees touch your elbows. He couldn't handle the power. He couldn't handle the power. The dudes in this division I know that can take a shot for sure is Danny Garcia and Keith Thurman and Sean Porter, because I've seen them take punches from good punchers. Errol, Spence, and Crawford, I ain't really seen them get touched by good punchers. Gamboa was a pretty good puncher for 35, but I wouldn't call him the Matisse. I wouldn't call him Matisse. You know what I'm saying? So you don't know till you know. You think you got a good jaw, but the difference is you got guys that can punch like Matisse. That's a left hook, right hand type of puncher. You know what I'm saying? But you got other guys who got velocity. That's what makes Wilder so dangerous. Wilder got a lot of velocity on his punches. The speed that Wilder punched come from the one he just knocked out Ortiz with. That he just threw that punch. Piercing right hand. Piercing. Pacquiao's a guy that can hit you with shots you don't see coming. Younger, he can get on the toes and get angles. Hit you with body shots. He shoe shine to the top. Hit you with a body shot to the solar plex. He got a sweep solar plex punch. He still carry that luggage in that left hand. And for a guy that had oral work, a guy that got scabs on his face, you know what I'm saying? A guy that wear the earmuffs a lot. Like I said, a healthy Errol Spence would have challenges with Pacquiao in the first 6 rounds. A healthy Errol Spence would have problems with him. So, like I said before, man, for him, I don't know what the immediate future holds for him as far as his IBF situation, WB situation. I mean, if they don't fight Danny, I don't know what they do with Danny. I mean, and all this ties into Regis too. If Danny come over and fight Errol and Terrence, he get tired of waiting for Errol Spence and Pacquiao. Knowing Danny Garcia, he'll sit around and take $1.5, $2 million paydays to fight nobody. You know what I'm saying? He'll sit around and wait. You know, Keith Thurman, he ain't hurting for money. He been making money for 3, 4, 5 years. You know, Sean, I mean, is he going to wait for a rematch? He going to fight Errol? I mean, but knowing them 3 fighters right there, they'll wait. They'll wait. You know, we'll get some shitty-ass Showtime or Fox FS1 cards, and they'll sit there and wait. They'll sit right on the chirp and wait. So if Regis really, really want to get in there and he really serious about fighting Crawford, it's a plug right now to him. Crawford ain't got nobody to fight next year at welterweight if Sean or Danny don't step up. It's a plug right on. You can plug your iPhone charger right in the socket and see if you got a chance. And when you reach this progress, you got speed, you can punch. You got a chance with Bud, because Bud is offensive. But we know what's gonna happen to him. You know what I'm saying? We know what's gonna happen. He probably gonna fuck around. He just small. He gonna mess around and get touched up. He gonna mess around and get touched. I'm not sure if Crawford gonna stop him because he showed a good jaw. You know what I'm saying? He showed a good jaw. But he gonna get messed up, man. But for Errol, I mean, it is what it is. Like I said before, the IBF said he ain't gonna miss no fights. He ain't gonna miss no time. Nigga missed January. We'll see when he coming back. Is it gonna be March? Is it gonna be April? Is it gonna be May? Is it gonna be June? Is it gonna be July? You're gonna start seeing. Right now, he going through the evaluation process of them seeing he in the gym, hitting the bag, this, that, and the third. What do you see? Is they cashing him out versus Pacquiao? Is Derek James gonna be honest with him? His assessment of him. If he not ready, is Derek James gonna tell him like, no, man, we don't need the Pacquiao fight right now? Because the original plan, I'm telling you this, the original plan was for this man to fight Qdoba. Qdoba was telling people in Reno that he supposed to fight him next. Errol Spence gonna tune up versus him next. Errol Spence is a big liar. And I've been playing sound clips of Errol Spence lying and lying and lying and lying and lying. He's a big liar. He got on national TV and told y'all, oh, no tune up, Danny Garcia Reddick winner next. My man's hit me up. My plug hit me up, say, well, he trying to fight the IBF mandatory next. I said, oh, is that right? He said, well, things can always change. I'm like, all right. Then Town Business hit me up. He was like, yeah, man. I was telling him. He was like, yeah, man. Qdoba was telling us, when I was whoop-de-whoop, that he was going to fight Errol Spence next. He was going around telling everybody Errol Spence was next. So they was going to have him tune up against the IBF. And that's fine. I get it. Anybody that went through a traumatic experience is probably going to take a tune-up or an easy fight. And if you go look at Qdoba box record in amateurs, this amateur record they got there is terrible. He got like 4 wins and 5 losses. Or whatever it is, 3 wins, 5 losses. His resume, he really ain't fought nobody but Luis Collazo. He not really known as a monstrous puncher. 17 wins, 9 knockouts. I don't think he dropped or hurt. I mean, I know he made a buzz Collazo, but he didn't drop him or knock him out. It was a technical decision due to a cut. So I would understand if Errol Spence came back and fought, Qdoba off his IBF mandatory, who just beat Collazo. That's what we call him, Qdoba. I would understand if he did that. But for you to come on TV and say, oh, no tune up on, like, what is you lying for? Right now, America has sympathy for you and your situation. There's no need to lie. If you want to go tune up, we get it. We get it. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to fight Crawford because you want to make sure you get your body right. We all get it. Nobody pressuring Errol Spence. You come out here saying I'm the king, no tune-ups, Manny, Danny. Manny Pacquiao, like, okay, okay, I'll fight you. Yeah, Manny Pacquiao. I went to fight Errol Spence. He called my name out. I tired of this. I beat Errol Spence's ass. And then you must give me Mayweather. Where can you see amateurs on BoxRec? It's right there, right under the pro record. You just click over to amateur. Not everybody got them, but they got some amateurs on there. Just click. I decided to disrespect Al Heyman by Errol Spence. I have enough of this nigga. I'm going to whoop him. And all of a sudden, he gave the opportunist Manny Pacquiao opportunity. Grimlock salute 313. He gave him an opportunity to come right on in. So y'all can't knock Manny Pacquiao. I don't want to hear no excuses after the fight. Earl win by 20 country miles and Manny Pacquiao win by a quarter inch or a centimeter or a millimeter. I don't want to hear it. I don't want all the fake Al Heyman hate to start happening and y'all trying to come over here and sympathize with me. Oh, you was right about Al. Nope. Keep that same energy that you niggas got January 14th, 2020 at 7:23 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Keep that same energy. Don't come over here if Errol Spence lose just like Keith Thurman or he get injured. He can't. I don't want to hear it no more. Oh, Pacquiao owe him a rematch. Pacquiao don't owe him nothing. He gave him an opportunity. No tune-ups. And the plan was for him to tune up versus the IBF mandatory. He could have shut the fuck up, did the interview. Brian Kenny, well, Brian, I'm trying to get back. We still evaluating my physical. I'm still a little sore. We gonna see what we do in the future, man. But I definitely can't wait to get back in the ring. Simple as that. No, I'm the king of 47. I want Danny. I want Manny. Or what about Crawford? I'll beat him too. I'm gonna beat him. I'm like, anybody ask you all that? All you had to do is get a politically correct answer. Now I got a sound clip to play after y'all keep crying. He said there was nothing wrong, no broken bones. I'm fine. You know, everybody else, his apologists saying he fine. It's nothing wrong with him. He not injured. He 100%. He gonna beat Manny. And if that fight don't go the way people say the fight gonna go, which I say that if he was 100% healthy, he do fight Pacquiao. That's still a tough fight. I would favor a healthy Spence about 60-40. That's still a tough fight. But if that fight, I don't want to hear nothing about he should have got drug tested. All the excuses we have for Keith Thurman, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Keep that same energy, MDA 2014. Just like, he not losing to Manny Pacquiao. Y'all said he wasn't losing to Sean Porter. He almost lost. He was supposed to stop Mikey Garcia. We all thought he was going to stump Mikey Garcia. Last time I checked, Mikey Garcia didn't have a stain on his face. He coming back. So keep that same energy. Don't change it. All y'all niggas always want to change the marker. Now Sean is a great fighter. Sean is the best. Everybody got endearment for Sean Porter now. He said, when the last time Pacquiao fought a nigga that just flew through a car window? That's the question. When the last time Pacquiao fought a nigga that flew through a car window? When last time Pacquiao fought a nigga who just came off oral surgery? Tell me that. Because if that car accident don't happen right now, Errol Spence fighting this month. We getting ready for Errol Spence fighting instead of Danny Garcia fighting Danny Garcia. I mean, instead of Danny fighting Ivan Rednich, we getting ready for Errol Spence to be fighting Danny Garcia next week on the 25th. Even if he beat Danny Garcia, Manny Pacquiao, or even if he beat Garcia by a quarter inch, Manny Pacquiao not calling out Errol Spence. He only calling out Errol Spence for one. Floyd Mayweather is about to fight the winner Cerrone and Conor McGregor, and then he about to fuck around and fight probably Khabib and Ferguson. He not even thinking about Pacquiao. Now Pacquiao got to do something to make himself stand out. It's like kind of a woman or man relationship. You want a woman, you don't see work at a certain place, you probably gonna get dressed up nice. You see at the library or school, you're going to come fresh, smelling good, you know what I'm saying, so she can notice you. You know what I'm saying? You got to do something to stand out. Same thing with a woman. Well, she ain't getting enough likes or not enough people telling she pretty. All of a sudden, she want to go to the club with no bra on and a see-through dress with a see-through top, with her nipples hard and shit. You want to stand out. So don't forget it. But don't come here and change the narrative. Don't come here and say, well, Pacquiao ain't that good, or Pacquiao was on this and they didn't do this. I ain't trying to hear that. Because then none of you niggas have sympathy for Keith Thurman. And also this, before I get to Dillian Whyte and Andy Ruiz. Please don't come here becoming Terrence Bud Crawford fans. Please don't. If Manny Pacquiao beat Errol Spence, and y'all nigga, he can't beat Terrence Crawford. Crawford ain't been, nope, keep that same energy. Nah, you go into the shadow realm with Errol Spence and all y'all niggas go over there. Y'all go into the shadow realm. Go play Yu-Gi-Oh! With Pegasus. Don't come over here trying to be no honorary Bud fans. Don't try to be over here saying, oh, Pacquiao need to fight Bud and Bud did. Nah. Nah, go in the shadow realm. We got a special corner for y'all. Y'all go sit in the corner and go play Connect 4 with y'all buddies. Real talk. Don't come over here trying to wear Bud shirts and Bud Crawford avatars and nah. Pacquiao ain't got no 50% chance, bro. Pacquiao got a big chance of beating Errol Spence coming off a car accident. Errol Spence ain't that good to begin with. I've been telling y'all that. I've been telling me, Carcino, a lot of dogs. Everybody know he ain't that good. Niggas just don't want to admit it. I ain't gonna miss no. When y'all was like, what about that dude y'all like? One of my homeboys was out with him too. Man, what's this dude name? The dude that just lost to Teixeira. What's y'all boy name that lost to Teixeira? Carlos Adames. Y'all was swearing up and down he was all that the bag of chips. Adames. Oh, he's the greatest. I wonder why he's the greatest boxer. I wonder why I ever seen. Ooh, nigga, I watched a little bit of that fight. He got whooped. He got whooped. I had a nigga that's lived across from me in my dorm when I was in college. He from Tuskegee. That nigga said, man, don't go to the club, get your ass whooped. I said, I know you ain't talking to me. You talking to them little niggas you rooming with. Got the wrong one. That ain't gonna happen. You don't go to the club, get your ass whooped. That's what he tell us. Don't go to the club, get your ass whooped. I say, shit. The last thing gonna happen. It's the last. So don't come over here talking about Adames. Remember Ghostvik? Ghostvik was the hot name. Back then they wanted him. Now he got knocked out. They ain't even on him. I told y'all what Viterbo was gonna do. I told you. I don't know everything. I'll be like, man, I don't know who's gonna win this. I don't know what fight coming up. A competitive fight. I don't even know a competitive fight coming up. Maybe Fury and Wilder. I can see Wilder, Fury doing this, and Wilder doing. I favor Wilder a little bit, but when I say, hey man, that nigga gonna get his ass whooped. Them the predictions I'm strong on. When I tell you like, oh man, I just think man for sure. You see me on there like I think he might win, and yeah man. Then I don't really be knowing. It's boxing is tough to tell. The reason predictions getting harder and harder. I'm gonna tell y'all why predictions getting harder and harder. I'm gonna talk about J-Rock later in the week. I'm gonna tell you why predictions getting harder and harder for me. It's because the fighters' activity level is going down. You know what I'm saying? And you don't know what type of shape. You don't know what type of camp they have. And usually when my fighters back in the day was fighting 3, 4, 5 times a year, I would see them and see if they was improving, see what they did in the gym, and he working on this, that, and the third. And that little tune-up fight, I see them he had better foot movement, he had better head movement, they improved the up jab. Oh man, I like what he's doing. But when you see a nigga fight in January, then he don't fight again in November, I don't know if the camp was consistent of him cutting weight, getting in shape, what he worked on, and what I'm noticing is I can't really account for nobody getting better. Because these all the weight classes, these dudes are cutting more weight. They cut more weight than learning in the gym. When they ain't got no fight for 5-6 months, they ain't in the gym working and breaking down film no more. They already getting world championship level money when they ain't even champions. They're already seeing 6-7 figure checks before they even become champions. So you don't know who in the gym and who getting better. The activity level make it harder to see who's sharper and who not being sharper no more. So you can't really account for it though, because their activity rate, and I'm not seeing them on a consistent level. I got to go back 3 or 4 years or 5 or 6 fights. Shit, today 3 fights. To go back and see when the last southpaw they fought. You know what I'm saying? Oh, he only fought 3 southpaws. Oh shit, he only been 10 rounds 2 times his career. He ain't never been 12. So all that's different though. You know what I'm saying? Can he go 12? Have he been a hard 12? So it's tough to get predictions when you got 30-year-old fighters and 31, 32-year-old fighters that's still pretty much a prospect level resume. You know what I'm saying? Like they really got a pedestrian resume, and it's hard to really account for a variable when you don't know what the actual number is. So that's why it's tough. That's why it's tough to really look at it and see who can win this fight, who can't win this fight, because the activity level not there. The discipline between camps not there. And a lot of fighters, quite frankly, not getting better. And this is why Ortiz that's active and Ennis that's active, you know what I'm saying, which they both can slightly be considered overrated because people are always looking for the next best thing. But those dudes that's active, they can beat a lot of those top guys because of activity. They hungry. They got the eye of the tiger, and they in shape. They desperate. They hungry. They not eating. They not eating like Errol Spence eating. They getting stagnant. You know what I'm saying? Them dudes are getting stagnant. The champions and The Garcias, the Thurman, they stagnant. The hunger is no longer there. You know what I'm saying? So when it's time to turn the hunger on or turn that on, that's something that you can't hit that switch and just get hungry no more. That's why you move up and weight. And one of the reasons, and before I'm gonna get to Dillian and Andy in a minute, and Povetkin in a minute, one of the reasons I admire Marvin Hagler so much, is because Marvin Hagler remained hungry for a lot of years at the same weight class, fighting at a very high level. Some of the guys on the resume, you may not notice them as top five, but they was tough fighters on the way up. 40-something fights before he got a title shot. I admire the hunger level to stay hungry at one weight class. That's the reason why you move up weight classes, because you keep challenging yourself so you won't get stagnant. That's why you move up weight classes, because to find better opponents and to challenge yourself. Heavyweights, it is what it is. But you continue to move up weight classes to challenge yourself so you won't get stagnant, so you can improve yourself all over again, so you can rejuvenate yourself. Sitting at a weight class for one whole career, that's tough. Unless you just got a murderous row of fighters that's going to keep coming through and coming in. And to be honest, the welterweight division is a division that you're going to always have killers coming through. It's the last division where you wear 8-ounce gloves. Everybody comes through the welterweight division. Always sudden, the welterweight division ain't been dead in a long time. You always gonna have somebody in that division that's why it's one of the more historic divisions. Maybe Ray, Ray Leonard, Tommy Hearns, Duran, Chavez, you know what I'm saying? Vincent Pernell, Oscar, Trinidad, Mayweather, Zuda, Spence, Baltimore, you know what I'm saying? Paul Williams, Canelo had a short stint there as well too. Carmen Cintron, Carlos Catana, Antonio Margarita, Joshua Clottey, Miguel Cotto, Shane Mosley. You know what I'm saying? Keep going on and on and on. Timothy Bradley eventually got there. Manny Pacquiao was there around that time still too. So you keep going on, keep going on and on. Eventually, Jesus Corraz, Madonna. You know what I'm saying? You had a lot of guys that was at that division. Amir Khan eventually made his way back up there. So you consistently gonna have the welterweight division is a division that's gonna be hard to kill. You know what I'm saying? So always gonna have competition in that division. But let's talk about Andy and Dillian Whyte. I read that Eddie Hearn sent Andy Ruiz, he sent him a a 7-figure offer to fight Dillian Whyte. And I got a problem with Dillian Whyte, okay? But I'm gonna read it. They said that Eddie Hearn has reportedly made an offer to Andy Ruiz to fight Dillian Whyte March 28th or April, according to Coppinger. However, a separate report claims Ruiz is not yet back in the gym. In the gym, and his return is likely May or June. ESPN. So at the end of the day, Andy Ruiz is still enjoying his money. Also, if you didn't know, Manny Robles, his trainer, said he don't even know if Andy Ruiz wants him his services still. So excuse me. So he said, he don't even know if Andy Ruiz is still gonna be with him. So at the end of the day, Dillian Whyte trying to fight Andy Ruiz. It ain't like Andy Ruiz took a lot of punishment either. But you got a couple type of guys. You got guys, and people always think, you look at sports, that everybody want to be the best. That's not everybody goal. Everybody might say, I want to be the best. I want to be Mike. I want to be Gretzky. I want to be, whoever else is the best in sports. Everybody don't have that drive. Some people just content with making it to the NBA. Some people just content with making $1 million. Some people content with just being the 12th man on the bench. Everybody don't have that drive or have that presence of mind to want to be the best. Andy Ruiz is one of those dudes. Andy Ruiz don't want to be the best. Andy Ruiz messed around and tripped into a title shot versus Andy Ruiz and Anthony Joshua. He took advantage of it. But my problem with Dillian Whyte, he said, Stone Bone Boxing said if he won a title fight, top rank, but I just seen an interview where he said he don't. Hold on. Oh shit. Hold on. I don't know what the fuck this is. Okay, no, I can put that on. He said he don't want to be in Crawford situation, but like, oh yeah, we talked about that in the beginning, but I'll re over that. But it with Andy Williams, shout out to Stonebone Boxing, but Lawrence Williams, salute y'all, subscribe to Lawrence Williams channel. But with Dillian Whyte is is always trying to fight a motherfucker coming off a loss. He doing the Manny Pacquiao was doing. You know, when Floyd beat a guy, he'd go fight Oscar and drain him. He'd fight Ricky Hatton after Floyd beat him and stuff of that nature. And Dillian Whyte is just trying to stay relevant by beating guys that's already older or that's just coming off a loss. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it could be worse. You know, he still could be fighting Lucas Brown or he could be fighting guys of that nature. To be honest, you know, I would like to see Alexander Povetkin and Michael Hunter fight on Dillian Whyte undercard and Dillian Whyte fight Adam Kanowski. That makes no sense why Dillian Whyte and Kanowski won't fight. Kanowski being lined up for Deontay Wilder. Dillian Whyte being lined up for Deontay Wilder. You know what I'm saying? Why they two just can't fight? And then the winner of those fights can fight Hunter and Usyk while they wait on Wilder, or they can get Wilder next. You know what? But I'm not knocking Dillian Whyte because Dillian Whyte just doing what other fighters doing. You know, they taking. We just talked about 4 fighters that do the same thing, taking safe fights, protecting their interests, and just trying to get a big fight, hoping they can just land a big shot and win a big fight. That's it. So you can't knock Dillian Whyte. Everybody get knocked Dillian Whyte. Knock Sean Porter. Knock Danny Garcia. Knock Keith Thurman. Knock all these dudes are doing the same thing. Some people just being hiding it better than others, and some people just don't want to see it. When it comes to some of the PBC guys, they want to look at it from a glass half empty standpoint of view. When it comes to Dillian Whyte, Anthony Joshua, Terrence Crawford, or some guys like that. When it comes to their favorite fighter, you know, Errol Spence and Danny Garcia and guys of that nature, whoever they like, they want to look at the cup to Javante. They look at the cup half full. You know what I'm saying? So it depends on how you look at the cup. You looking down at the cup or you looking up at the cup. They all doing the same thing. It ain't too many people moving like Wilder. You know, Wilder is that, you know, he had a time lapse. You know, it was like you playing Call of Duty. You get down to the last minute. Doop, 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 doop. That's Wilder's career. It's a reason why Wilder is being more proactive, you know, in his career. But I ain't knocking Dillian Whyte for what he's doing. I'm knocking Dillian Whyte for not doing it the correct way. With AJ being back in the UK and probably fighting Puev, and I got some interesting news too. Let me turn my heater on, man. My feet get cold. My bad. But with him doing that, I'm gonna talk about some new things I'm launching for the channel too, man. I'm gonna have to email Wood, man. I keep forgetting to email that nigga. But with some but yeah, with Dillian, I forgot the fuck I was talking about. I'm gonna talk about some other shit too. But with Dillian Whyte, a lot of people get mad at Dillian Whyte, but he ain't doing with nothing but everybody else is doing. But you know, you get mad at him, but he's just protecting his interest. But what my problem with Dillian Whyte is where I left off at. My problem with Dillian Whyte is he doing it wrong. Dillian Whyte, with AJ being back in the United Kingdom and being the Sky pay-per-view puller they need, why don't Dillian Whyte come to America and fight? That's my problem. Why don't Dillian Whyte come fight Kanowski? Why you don't beat up on Dominic Breazeale? Why you don't come and bring bring Michael Hunter, bring Povetkin as a rematch, fight in Madison Square Garden, or fighting in the Barclays Center, fight somewhere in Philly, fight at the National Harbor down there in DC. Come on, why don't Dillian Whyte come to America and fight somebody? Charles Martin. You know what I'm saying? If you want to fight Andy Ruiz, him and Andy Ruiz can fight in LA. Why not? If you want to actually, he said drug test. I could believe that. If you want to actually, you know, prove yourself, you actually want people to know who you is, you actually want to put Wilder on notice, tell Eddie Hearn to do a card out in LA. They can do a big ass card. Dillian Whyte ain't really getting no money like that. They can do Dillian Whyte and a Charles Martin, put that Golovkin and Zamata on the card, all that shit. They can put all them bullshit fights they got coming up on one card. Real talk, Dillian Whyte should get on the Canelo undercard. Put him in there with Michael Hunter Povetkin on a Hunter undercard. But he knows the reason why he had beat Andy Ruiz, because he know Andy Ruiz ain't got no coach. Andy Ruiz have been people out the time they saying. People out. Who think Andy Ruiz done touched the treadmill and put a pair of gloves on right now? Think about that for a minute. Before you pick Andy Ruiz, just think about everything that I just said in this stream if you've been watching for the majority of the stream. If you go back just about 10, 15 minutes ago, probably not that, what I just say will make it so hard to predict these fights now. The lack of activity, the lifestyle outside the ring, you know, this, that, and the third. I just told you that Andy Ruiz trainer, he just said that I don't even know if Andy Ruiz is going to employ me right now. He don't have a trainer. So why is, once again, we talking about opportunists. Dillian Whyte knows that Andy Ruiz ain't been in the gym. He got all that money. He eating whatever he eating, chicken wings, Wingstop, and I love the garlic parm wings from Wingstop. Shout out to Wingstop, them the shit. He out here eating hog maw, pig feet, drinking Kool-Aid by the gallon. He probably rolling up the OG Kush out there in LA, whatever y'all smoking. I don't know I don't smoke. And Dillian Whyte know, let's make him an offer for March. You think Andy Ruiz in the middle of January gonna have half of January or short month in February? In the middle of March, he gonna fight? Man, you looking at what? 9-10 weeks? Bullshit. Andy Ruiz ain't coming back no time soon. Andy Ruiz probably 350 right now. That's why they picked Andy Ruiz. I wouldn't bet on Andy Ruiz in that fight. Too short a turnaround. He just got all that money in December. Man, last time he was buying chains. He a kid. That's the problem. The reason why Andy Ruiz looked the way he looked and he performed the way he performed because he don't have a work ethic. He don't have a drive. That's why Bob Arum wasn't promoting him like that. That's why. And when he hit rock bottom, Dre salute. Watch salute. When he hit rock bottom, he said he back. I don't believe it. That nigga probably stopped by the gym and put some gloves on. Nigga ain't at the gym. I don't believe it. Especially when the report said he coming back May or June. That nigga ain't in no gym. He probably stopped by the gym. Did I leave my Wingstop coupon in here? Man, that nigga ain't in no gym. For real. And if he was in the gym, he'd take the Dillian Whyte fight. 7 figures. Eddie, salute. If he was in the gym, 7 figures. Beat Dillian Whyte. Dillian Whyte was just, 300 pounds a month ago. Lisa, salute. What's going on? Come on, they both was about 300 pounds. But you know what? I wouldn't fight Dillian Whyte neither. I wouldn't fight him in the UK. He had to come to America. Because he over there, he ain't playing fair. Travis, salute. He ain't playing fair. They ain't playing fair. I don't blame him. Fashion Nova model, stop him. They ain't playing fair. I don't blame Andy Ruiz, but I wouldn't bet on him. Not going to the UK. Not due to his inactivity level. And not do how they playing dirty. Yup, Miguel, yeah, they playing dirty over there, man. Hell no, man. And Dillian Whyte come over there looking like Universal Soldier. Nigga looking like a young Wesley. Cut up and all that, man. At the end of the day, man, Dillian Whyte, he probably fight Povetkin, but Povetkin still showed he got a little pep in this step. I don't know if Saudi Arabia had adequate drug testing, but he showed some pep in this step. Michael Hunter thought he was going to go out there and just run the old mongoose out the ring. Povetkin was hurting him. Left hook, so he might think Povetkin ain't got nothing left in the tank, but both dangerous fights for Dillian Whyte. You know what I'm saying? Both dangerous fights. I think Hunter beat Dillian Whyte. I think Povetkin could beat Dillian Whyte if he still got enough juice in the tank. Andy Ruiz at his best, or Andy Ruiz, he could beat Dillian Whyte ain't that good. Rashid, salute. Dillian Whyte ain't that good. People talking about he always getting dropped. And it just seemed like he want to cash out versus Wilder. You know, the rumors about Vladimir Klitschko knocking out Wilder in the gym. Tyson Fury said it was true, and everybody, and I heard them rumors before. Everybody heard the rumors. So maybe that's why people think Wilder chinny because he got knocked out in the gym. But a lot of guys got knocked out in the gym. You know what I'm saying? Guys we don't know about. Guys' ribs been broke. Guys been out boxing the gym. You know what I'm saying? It's the gym. This Wilder probably, 10, 15 years ago sparring Vladimir Klitschko. You know, maybe that's why he did want to fight Klitschko. But Dillian Whyte think he can do what Klitschko did. Got to see. But if I'm Wilder, I'm fighting. I'll just tell Dillian Whyte, hold on, man. I'm fighting you next. I don't get why Wilder's sitting here. He gonna fight Kanauki probably next if he don't fight Tyson in the rubber match. Don't nobody want to see Wilder versus Adam Kanauki. I don't want to see that shit. I'd rather see him go stop Dillian Whyte. He said, when you think about it, AR is an opportunist too. He called for the fight and seized the moment. True. Yeah. I mean, everybody's opportunist in 8 point. Rashid Towns. He was twitching. I'm like, shit. At the end of the day, maybe that's why everybody think Wilder's sweet. But you got to remember, ain't nobody in the division but Wilder that's probably a better puncher or the equal puncher that Klitschko is. Everybody can say anything you want to say about Klitschko. He's stiff, he's robotic, he's slow, he ain't got no heart, he ain't got no chin. But one thing we know for sure for Klitschko is a certified top 10 puncher of all time. Klitschko is one of the biggest punchers you'll find in boxing history. Vladimir, to make it clear. Vitaly don't punch like Vladimir. Vladimir Klitschko is one of the biggest punchers in heavyweight history. He ain't got the jaw, but most punchers don't. You look at the biggest punchers throughout history, Julian Jackson's, your Tommy Hearns. I mean, you look at your Vladimir Klitschko's and guys of that. Usually guys that can dish it out there, they ain't got the best chins. The real, truly big punchers in boxing, I know some exceptions. Usually they ain't got the best chins. Them long, lanky guys with them long necks that can crack, they usually ain't got the best chins. Yeah, Vitaly was a better fighter. Fought the hand down. He fought a little bit more with a sleek style. But Vitaly was a better puncher. You can ask a few people that fought both of them. Remember the Klitschko documentary they did on HBO was great. Dillian Deontay. I don't know why Deontay Wilder need to fight Dillian Whyte next. I don't want to see you rematch Fury if you beat Fury, unless it's controversy again. You know what I'm saying? He need to fight Dillian Whyte. And if you're not gonna give us AJ, fight Dillian Whyte. You know what I'm saying? What's the point of not fighting Dillian Whyte? Like, Dillian Whyte ain't the greatest fighter of all time. Trevor Bryan, because he with Don King. And he, quite frankly, he ain't fought nobody. Only guy he fought was BJ. What's the dude's name? He used to call fights on PBC. I'm gonna tell you his name right now. I don't know why I forgot his name. He was a cruiserweight for a minute. BJ Flores is his name, I think. That's the only guy he ended up fighting, man. But Trevor Bryan just don't get the promotion like that. I like Trevor Bryan. He got sparring. I think they got some sparring to him, sparring Big Baby Moon. I think Mr. Boxing Today got it. Don King still have. Yep, Amir Khan just broke loose from Don King, and Charles Hatley is supposed to be in the legal litigation with Don King. Usyk Parker, I heard Usyk talking about he being the A side and he need a 70-30 split. I like Usyk in that fight, but I'll talk about Usyk in a minute. He damn near killed PJ. BJ old as hell. He good. He's a straight commentator. He kind of rubbed people the wrong way, but he was straight to me. My favorite commentator was a recent nature was Antonio Tarver. Tarver's better than everybody. You know what I'm saying? Tarver, Roy was the two best. Tarver first. Tarver was the best commentator. You know what I'm saying? Tarver always brought something different to the table. Paulie always talking about the speed of the jab, and Paulie good. He all right. Well, Paulie pretty much went United Kingdom on us. But looking at it, but for Dillian Whyte, I mean, shit, why they don't do Dillian Whyte and Usyk? Why not make that fight happen next for the WBO title? Let me look at the rankings. Hold on. Oh, Dillian Whyte ain't even in the top 10, 15. Yeah, Dillian Whyte ain't even in the top 10 or top 15 of the WBO. Shit, he ain't in the IBF neither. He ain't in the WBA neither. So it seems like Dillian Whyte is only ranked by the WBC after the failed drug test. That's something that somebody needs to talk about. Yep, Dillian Whyte ain't ranked in none of the other sanctional belt bodies but the WBC. So that must mean his drug test wasn't really clean then. Oh, he got dropped for taking the WBC intern. Oh, okay, cool. That's why he got dropped, because he's technically a title holder. All right, that makes sense. I'm gonna say so shit. He could have been fighting Usyk for the WBO title, but they said Usyk said his team said they should be fighting for the WBO title next, so they gonna strip AJ the WBO title. AJ and Usyk probably gonna fight later this year, so AJ probably gonna drop his WBO title. Usyk team insist on AJ fighting them next. Eddie Hearn saying something different, so it's probably gonna be Parker and Usyk for the WBO title this year. I mean, I don't really care about that fight. Joseph Parker, that's a tough test for Usyk though. He really ain't fought nobody at heavyweight yet as a professional. That's a tough fight. Parker can punch. Parker just ain't got no ball. Parker is a beta male. Parker got the speed, the length, the athletic ability to be a good heavyweight, but he ain't got no dog in him. You gonna make him sleep in a litter box. You know, you make him sit in the cat cage or something like that. He can't sleep with the dogs. He can't run with the wolves. You know, Joseph Parker just ain't got no animal in him, man. Joseph Parker is a punani. I'm sorry. Joseph Parker is just too much of a nice guy. You know what I'm saying? Joseph Parker is, he dropped the chick up at the house and then the real dude come pick her up and beat her down. That's Joseph Parker. He the nice guy. Opening car doors and putting his coat, letting this girl wear his coat and, rolling out the red carpet and roses and champagne and 5-star dinner meal. And at the end of the night, he get a peck on the chin or the peck on a peck on the cheek, I meant. And then she go in the house and then here come Ray picking her up to knock her down. That's Joseph Parker. He the nice guy. He the nice guy. Treat her like a lady. Treat her like a lady. He that guy. He too nice. And that translates to the ring. He ain't got no killer in him. He too nice. Big Baby Miller and Joseph Parker, I don't know. I can't call it. Soft liberal New Zealanders like Australians and Euros, McGill. Parker showed more aggression in his last 2 fights. Would like to see that versus tougher count. It's easy to be tough. He was talking all that shit about he was talking all that stuff about AJ not having a jaw. He came in there and he wasn't willing to try that. But they saying that Usyk can drop that belt. Usyk can fight for the WBO title. That's what K2 saying. So they co-promoters with Matchroom. So obviously they're gonna probably make AJ drop the belt. AJ come back and pick it up versus him later on. But it's in boxing scene. Say Team Usyk. Next fight should happen March or April for the WBO title. They say Usyk's next fight should happen in either March or April. General Director 2K, I don't know, Alex Karasku Promotions, Ukraine confirmed that boxing that reiterated his client's intention for challenging for the heavyweight crown. Usyk is keen on becoming a 2-division titleist in the new year. The 2012 Olympic gold medalist and former world cruiserweight champion from the Ukraine entered the new year armed with the status of being the WBO mandatory challenger, waiting for one of the many belts back in the possession of AJ. So basically, it's just saying that he won his title shot. So I mean, ain't nobody really worried about that. George Camboso, Lee Selby, they go into a title eliminator January 18th. Brazil to Konauki, go ahead, pad your record and stay safe. So it sounds like Konauki ducked Dominic Brazil. This news to me. The way Dominic Brazil explained it, Adam Konauki was never looking for trouble after all. So Dominic Brazil is saying in boxing scene that Konauki ducked him. He said, "Look on Konauki's face when it comes to signing the contract to fight me." Brazil noted on a verified social media account accompanied with a photo of a duck head costume. Now he wants to fight a washed up Hellenius, whatever that dude name is, instead of giving the fans a heavyweight slugfest and fighting me. So basically, Dominic Brazil saying Adam Kanowski ducked him. So that is what it is. You got to admire Dominic Brazil grit for wanting to get back in the ring after just being KO'd in May. So that's crazy. So it is what it is. He said, I saw a video where Fury said the belts don't mean anything. But he going around with that lineal title like it mean a lot. But other than that, man, we talked a little bit about Regis. Regis has some comments about Crawford saying that he don't want to go over the top rank and be in the same predicament. Zoe Life 85 salute 813, excuse me. He said, I'll recap real quick, now I'll do a quick Q&A. Regis said he don't want to go over the top rank and be in the same predicament that Crawford is, but he want to fight Crawford. So right now, he said that, he don't want to be on the outside looking in, but if he go to PBC, he's stuck in the middle. So I think the best move for him is to stay with his own. Rumors about him tuning up and getting the winner of Mikey and Jesse Vargas. If it's Vargas, he will fight at 47. If it's Mikey, it will take place at 40. And then I think it's best for him to get the zone bag and fight a tune-up Mikey, Hooker, try to get a belt at 40, and then, maybe, work his way back up to 47. But right now, it's an opportunity to fight Terrence Crawford right now. I don't think they had nobody for Crawford to fight. Not sure if Danny going to step up, if Errol fight Manny, or Sean want to fight, or, you know what I'm saying, or will Keith step up? I doubt it. So, like I said before, right now, Crawford don't have nobody to fight. Crawford got to lead a division to move up. He said him and Crawford could fight at 40 or whatever. And when he kind of said that to me, that's kind of conceding, knowing that you don't belong at 47. So it don't matter to me. Regis the one that want to fight. Regis can move up. Nobody want to fight Crawford. If negotiation with Sean Porter not going well, they don't want to fight the WBO 154 pound title holder and Patrick Teixeira. It's nothing but space and opportunity for Regis Prograis to go up there and get a fight. That's a better fight than Kavalauskas rematch and Bruce Putin. And whatever else they got up there, But it may boil down to Crawford possibly just beating the hell out of Vigil Ortiz. If they want to make that fight, it's way too early. He going to beat the shit out of him. I'll tell you that right now. Maybe in 2 years, Vigil Ortiz be close. But, right now we got to see what Crawford got to do. But if Regis won it, it's a lot of space and opportunity for that to happen. Errol Spence got an IBF exception due to his accident, and they also going to let him defend his WBC mandatory, but it looked like he's going to defend his belts and unify his belts with Manny Pacquiao, which leads me to believe that if he do fight Manny Pacquiao, that Errol Spence is probably going to lead a division. In my opinion, I see Errol Spence actually leaving the division if he does defend his belts versus Manny Pacquiao, because he have to defend his belt, his IBF belt, in 90 days of that fight. And I don't see him coming back in 90 days and defending the belt. But if he do, or they get extension, he fight Lipinets, Danny Garcia. You won't see him unify all the belts until late 2021 or middle of 2021. So at the end of the day, I think he gonna fight Pacquiao and move up in weight. And if J Rock beats Jamil Charlo, then I think you're gonna see Errol Spence move up to his natural weight or his beginning weight and fight Julian Williams for the 3 belts at the 154-pound division. I think they're going to definitely make that pay-per-view. So I think that's what Errol Spence going to end up doing. So you're not going to get the Terrence Crawford fight. We're going to see if people keep the same energy, but he got to get past Manny Pacquiao. Now, if he don't fight Manny Pacquiao next, then he fight Danny Garcia, Lipinets, then, we'll see what his plans is he going to fight Crawford or not. So it is what it is. He said he's not leaving until he unified. He also said that he wasn't looking for a tune-up. And I just told y'all that he actually was going to tune up until Manny Pacquiao came in. We can continue to go through the sound clips where Errol Spence lied. So Errol Spence is a big liar. And if he don't fight Terrence Crawford and he lead the division, y'all not gonna hold his feet to the fire. Y'all just gonna go on to the next one. Oh, Crawford on the wrong side of the street. He don't need Crawford. He about to fight J Rock for 3 belts at 54. I already know what it's gonna be. First, this Crawford and Spence shit was 2019. Now it's 2020. Now it's 2021. Then it's gonna be 2022. Come on, man. He can just save us a lot of shit. He getting the fight that he want. He gonna get Pacquiao. If he lose, then obviously it's no point for Errol to fight Terrence to fight him. Manny gonna look to try to make a 3-belt unification bout with Floyd Mayweather. at Raider Stadium, probably in Vegas. After they fight, the belt's going to disperse. The belt's going to disperse, and it's going to go up for grabs. So at the end of the day, a lot riding on Errol Spence. If Errol Spence loses to Manny Pacquiao, then the division going to be reset. If Errol Spence beat Manny Pacquiao, no, then he can fight Terrence Crawford. But then again, he got 2 mandatories. He got to keep his IBF in 90 days of that fight. Then he got to fight his WBC. So is he going to stick around or he going to jump up and get 3 belts fighting Julian Williams? Is the question. Or if Castanos get beat Teixeira, then maybe he fight Julian Williams or Castanos or for undisputed at 54. He got a lot of options. Salute, Jay Whyte. He got a lot of options. But no matter what he do, right, wrong, if he duck Terrence Crawford and everybody see it, most of y'all not going to say nothing about it. Most of y'all going to let it happen. You're going to let it slide. Y'all going to rationalize the duckage. And y'all going to make all his Bob fought or this, that. And we all, and y'all see with clarity that this dude didn't want that fight. So at the end of the day, keep that same energy. When he said that I'm not leaving the division while I'm fighting Crawford, and everything screaming that he may leave the division, because he ain't about to make $20 million fighting fighting Pacquiao or whatever he going to make and then fight Lipinets. Then he probably get a belt to Lipinets if he beat Qdoba and then come back and challenge Lipinets. I can see that in 2021. But if Qdoba win, is he going to fight Qdoba in 90 days? Bob Arum ain't giving no extension. He dropped that belt, then Qdoba going to be the IBF champion. Qdoba going to fight Crawford. Crawford going to end up with 2 belts if he can beat Qdoba. So that fight is critical. If Lipinets don't win that fight that's gonna be a huge fight on if Errol Spence dropped that belt or not. That's gonna be a huge. If Qdoba beat Lipinets and Errol truly get Manny Pacquiao and he fight Pacquiao, I'm telling y'all, he dropping that IBF belt. He not fighting in 90 days after that. If he made $7-10 million fighting Sean Porter, and 2.5 weeks later he getting drunk and crashing the whip, you think he about to make, man, that's like giving a crackhead $1 million and just giving him $1 million. What crackhead gonna be dead? Gonna be dead in 24 hours. The WWE Sports TV. Crackhead gonna be dead. You give a crackhead $1 million. That nigga gonna OD. He gonna be gone. Errol Spence he gonna be at a rave. He gonna be in the club. He gonna be ballroom. Man, that nigga ain't coming back in 90 days. He ain't gonna be able to make 47. Shit, he might come back at super middleweight. He beat Pacquiao, make all that money, man. I'm telling y'all, man. And what they say, money just make you more what you already is. So if you a party animal, you like to drink, you like to, dance with your homeboys and, get in the shower with them after popping EP. What you think he about to do with $20 million? He fought Sean Porter and lost his goddamn mind. That nigga about to be in the club, in the street. That nigga about to be sniffing lines off chicks' chests and shit, man. You out your mind, off his homeboy chest. Shit, y'all talking about AJ. I don't know about Errol Spence. He always got his shirts off around niggas. He dancing with niggas now, man. I don't know about he wearing purses. I don't know, man. About some. Y'all got some questions, I'll answer them real quick. Spence, man, no, he made some back end money. He made more than 3. They make pay-per-view money. You do know that. He made a good amount. He ain't make no $3 million. Nigga made some. They found some money to get that nigga. He promoted the show too. He came up about 10. Probably more than that. PBC been getting money. They getting money now. He ain't just made no $3 million. People niggas look at pay-per-view. Oh, getting 3. No, he made more than that. What dance was he doing? I don't know these dances. He said he ain't beat no J-Rock. Oh, he beat him in the amateurs, they say. I don't know. I want to know your opinion on Loma versus Tia. Good fight. Psychedelic 2000. That's a good fight. I mean, it's a fight that I wouldn't even try to predict. Depends on how Lopez fight. Lopez come out aggressive and push Lomachenko back. He got a chance. He got to come out there and treat Lomachenko like one of those bums he was fighting coming up early in his career when he was he was 1-0. He got to come out there and just steamroll Lomachenko. He let Lomachenko come to him, he probably gonna lose. You know what I'm saying? He at least got to establish his aggressiveness against Lomachenko, push Loma back. Go to the body, rip up top. It'd be an interesting fight. I think it's my favorite fight of this year. I care less about Fury Wilder too. I'm more intrigued by Lopez and Lomachenko too. Regis Prograis ain't never fight no Adrian Broner, man. I mean, Adrian Broner ain't never fight no Regis Prograis. But yeah, I don't know. Loma and Tio can go either way. It's a good fight though. It's the fight I'm looking forward to most this year. No other fight really caught my eye that's been made. I don't really care about Pacquiao and Spence, but it is what it is. Drunk Errol told y'all under the table before AB cut him off. Who you think has the faster hands, boots, or Benavidez? Which Benavidez? David? Jaron Ennis. Benavidez got some good combinations for a big fella, though. He do got some quick hands. Ennis, though. Smaller guy. Funny Khalil. Is that what it is? EJ back in the gym. Check his snap. Yeah, we know he's back in the gym. We know Champ side did a video on the PBC podcast. Yeah, he been back in the gym. Let them tell it. What you think about the matchup between Shields and Jimenez? Well, the girl Jimenez just fought, that wig just fall off. Carissa Shields beat her in her first professional fight. So that Francois guy, Carissa Shields, beat her in her first fight. I think it was a unanimous decision, so I don't know. Carissa should be able to beat her, but I don't know. Who you think Crawford next? No, who knows? Supposed to be Jose Ramirez. Now they signed Josh Taylor. That ain't gonna happen. So it's probably gonna be Porter. Probably maybe Patrick Chisora moving up. Ray Robinson, Danny Garcia. He really got that many options. Ray Robinson. I don't know. They said Moose Putin hurt, so he really getting froze out. His whole life said Errol was looking in the other dude eye too. Man, like I said before, man, it is what it is. He wear a purse. In that live video, he was talking about Canelo and Errol about a year ago. He had a shirt off in the room with another nigga. It is what it is. Do you think Prime Floyd could beat Prime Lomachenko? Yeah, he beat the shit out of Lomachenko. Shit. Floyd Mayweather probably beat Lomachenko when he was 0-1. I mean 1-0. He probably beat the shit out of him. Floyd was too good, especially at 30. 35, Lomachenko ain't had no chance. After Wilder beat Fury, next Wilder beating Kanowski easy. Yeah, I don't want to get fucked up. It's an interesting fight. Kanowski take a lot of punishment, but I'd rather see him fight Dillian Whyte. Brockers or Shields. I don't know too much about Cecilia Brockers, so I have to watch her fight. After Wilder beat Fury. He probably. I heard Kanowski was already promised a fight. That's why he didn't take the AJ fight. Berto need to just hang him. Yeah, Berto been done since HBO days. Berto been at, I don't know how he made welterweight his whole career, man. That shit crazy. 35 Floyd versus Duran. That's a toss-up. That's a tough one. That's a tough one. Floyd was a dog. Duran was a dog. That's a toss-up. Any of them dudes, Pernell, Shane, Duran, Casamayor, Hector Camacho down there. Shit. De La Hoya was a problem down there. It's a lot of great lightweights. It could have went anyway, to be honest. Chavez Senior. That could win anyway. Wilder Fury prediction. I don't know. I ain't really thought about it. Did Crawford ever say he heard what Al Hammond and PBC offer? I hate getting for it. Wasn't no offer. Wasn't no offer. They not, man, that nigga Errol told Crawford probably that nigga Errol told Crawford that he probably about to fight Pacquiao. That's what it was. I'm telling y'all what it was. That nigga told Errol told that nigga I'm about to fight Pacquiao. How much you want to bet? That's what he told him. Pacquiao been knew he was trying to fight Errol. I already know what it is. Come on, man. These dudes. Like I said before, Pacquiao called, Errol was gonna fight his mandatory, the IBF guy. PBC ain't offering Crawford nothing. Some people think HBO boxing could still. I heard people talking about it might come back. Ain't gonna do shit but complicate shit, but I won't mind it. Before Al Heyman came, HBO boxing was pretty good, and Bob Arum fucked it up too. Why not want to work with people? What if Wilder lose to though? What Konaki gonna do? I don't know. He ranked pretty hot in the IBF. He got a mandatory coming up soon. Then you think Floyd can beat Winky or that'd be a boring ass fight. Winky and Floyd. I wouldn't even think about it. Boring ass fight. Floyd Mayweather had to make all the action in that fight. You think you're gonna have him the red? Yeah, he gonna be the co-main. He ain't gonna be the co-main. If Lipinets and Qdoba on there, Lipinets and Qdoba gonna be the co-main. But Navarrete is definitely gonna be on the card. Y'all can blame Big Baby Miller for that, for not signing his deal quick enough to Top Rank. Gymnast was eating Cruz power shots like Scooby snacks. Also, Pernil versus Pryor. It's another one that's a toss up. You just don't know. Pryor stopped Tommy Hearns in the amateurs. That's the reason why Pryor had the mentality to beat a Pernil, but Pernil was tough. He had the mentality to beat him. Pryor, one of my favorite fighters of all time. Probably my favorite. For sure. Mark salute. Did Crawford ever hear Al out on? He ain't never called Al. Ain't never asked a nigga to join PBC. That's a problem. Ain't that a breach of contract? Talking to somebody else fighter under contract. Breach of contract. But why do Crawford got to go to PBC though? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Why do Crawford got to go to PBC? Somebody answer me that. Why? Why do I got to sign with PBC to get a particular fight? He go to PBC. Errol Spence still ain't got Keith Thurman. And the only reason Errol Spence gonna get Pacquiao is because Pacquiao coming off an injury. Errol Spence coming off an injury. Come on, if you believe in your guy, come on, put him up. Let me know if hold on. Let me know if let me know when Deontay Wilder contract come up that he signed with Top Rank. Let me see Wilder contract was signed in Top Rank. I heard Wilder. Hold on, okay, I'm coming out there. Hold on. He said, I bet Charlo going to fight the guy when Guia just, oh man. Spike O'Sullivan going back down to 54, he said. He's going to get a title shot there. So that ain't going to happen unless Charlo go down to 54. So no, he going to fight O'Sullivan. Little Star, I heard Wilder said the press that he was an opportunist. How do you feel about that? Everybody an opportunist. For the most part, most dudes are opportunists. No, man, feel no different about him. Mayweather opportunist. Sugar Ray Leonard was the biggest opportunist. He was doing what Floyd was doing, 30 years ago, bro. Nobody talk about that. Go look about how Donald Curry sued him for finessing him out the Hagler fight. Go look that up, man. Sugar Ray Leonard, he was the Floyd Mayweather before Floyd Mayweather. Al lowball him and got more money with Bob. I'm thinking, no, he did not. How do you figure that, bro? Where do you come up with these stories at, dog? Where do you come up with these stories at, dog? Seriously, where do you come up with them at? You crazy, bro. Crawford got the Top Rank because of Mikey Garcia, bro. Wasn't no PBC there when he signed the Top Rank, 2013 and 14. I think Mikey Garcia referred him over there. It's a story I heard. He referred him to Cameron Duncan, who was the manager that worked closely with Top Rank at the time. And Top Rank Cameron Duncan was asking Mikey, did he know any unsigned talent? And Mikey said, referred Crawford to him. And that's how Crawford got on. They made a deal with Matador Sports, which they got sued for not, doing the right thing. I don't know if they handled that yet. Paying them, compensating them for Crawford services. Crawford had one more fight on his Top Rank deal after the Jeff Horn fight. He signed the extension with Top Rank before that fight. Before the the Jose Benavidez fight. So, like I said before, man, where do you come up with that at? He was never a he wasn't even a promotional free agent when Top Rank got him. So it was no offer, bro. What do these do? Murata Monguia? I don't know. Depends on where it's at. Did you hear PBC sign give Vart? Yeah, I just talked about that. Those boy didn't care about him. No, he didn't want to fight nobody. That's why he left. He didn't want to fight nobody. Some are saying Conor McGregor. No, he not. Conor McGregor said he didn't. Conor McGregor said he got offered to fight Pacquiao. He said he turned the fight down. He fought Khabib instead. That's what he said. He fighting. If he beats Cerrone, he fighting Floyd next. I heard. I said something Hearns versus Pryor. Yeah, there's stuff. Fury ain't go to PBC for Wilder. Nope. He laughed my eye. Crawford said y'all gonna talk about joining PBC like everybody getting Floyd money. Chavez Senior Cotto. We're at 40. I like Chavez. 47 complicates things a little bit. Top boxing salute. 40. I like Chavez Jr. for sure. Lil Star heard the same story. Mikey referred Crawford over to Aaron. Yeah, it wasn't no PB. It wasn't no offer, nigga. Like, for Regis Prograis, it wasn't no offer. Regis Prograis was fighting for free in ballrooms and titty bar. He was fighting in the middle of a strip club, man. They wasn't no big amateur stars, dog. They made stories about Crawford because 3 hours of video pushing Spirit campaign. Yeah, Crawford, man. Crawford wasn't no highly touted dude out the amateurs. That's how he ended up with Matador Sports. Crawford used to be close with Mikey and Robert. All of them Mikey told that story to the gym. Yeah, I seen the video. You think Murata juicing in Japan? I don't know. I ain't saying nothing about that. Just saying he looked different. Elijah Wine, man, what you think Regis is going to sign to? He says options are open. Probably the DAZN. That'd be the smartest thing. Is it true Paul Williams before his motorcycle accident? That's what I heard. I don't know how true it is. He had just got the shit beat out of him by Lara, though. He robbed Lara, though. He lost that fight. Yeah, I just did a video. My first video today was about Pacquiao and McGregor. Yeah. It's a whole interview with him talking about that, the Bleacher Report or whoever he's talking. McGregor's versus Pillow Fisted Malinagi's boxing ring. He talked about fighting Paulie, too. He said he'd be open to fighting Paulie, too. I pay for that shit. I ain't gonna lie. I pay for that shit. Paulie and McGregor, yeah, they got my money. Because it looked like McGregor was fucking him up in the sparring sessions, dog. I know it was edited. I still pay to see Paulie and McGregor. I paid $100. Fuck it. Sucker born every day. Paulie been out too? Yeah, I'll be a sucker that day. Hell yeah. If the tickets ain't too much, I go to that shit. Why you keep asking me about that, man? I don't know. You keep asking about the same question. I told you, I don't know. Is it true the contract was done for Paulie to fight Canelo? Paul, yeah, I just said. I don't know. Oh, maybe it's just rolling back up. I still want to see Paulie. Yeah, I pay for that shit. The press conference would be hilarious. You ain't lying. You ain't Paulie, man. Press conference would be hilarious. Paulie be talking cash shit, man. Paulie get in there and get his ass beat, man. He didn't do boxing a disservice. He supposed to go in there and fuck up Conor McGregor on the cool. He supposed to go in there and beat the shit out of Conor McGregor, dog. Yeah, McGregor might go in there and beat the shit out of Paulie, dog. Everybody cheating, looking sports, look up the MLB. I had a okay weekend, better. Hell yeah, but man, yeah, sports, man. You had what? How many black quarterbacks you had going into the weekend? You had 4. Now you down to what? You down to 1 black quarterback. Ain't that some shit? You down to 1. Hold on. He said okay, he said, any more questions before I roll off? Patrick will go, any news on the New York? He come back in April, I think they said. I think Vegas. I could be wrong. I seen that a couple weeks ago. Derek Henry, Supreme. Yeah, he a big dude. Gotta hit him low. You gotta hit him low. You gotta cut him. You gotta cut him off at the legs. Is J Rock in a good fight? It's just a tune up. It's a homecoming fight. It's a stay busy fight. I won't say it's a good fight. Rosario, okay. Packers and 49ers. 49ers. You think Floyd wanted to fight Loma at a catchweight? Would he take it? No, ain't no point in fighting Loma. He can't get down that low. Loma had to come up to 47. Floyd like 100 years old. Yeah, it's football about over unders and point spread. Point spread one of the toughest things to do. Did you see Devin Haney trolling Ryan Garcia? Yeah, talking about the last amateur fight. That nigga act like he Kenny Porter's son talking about the amateurs. I'm talking about the amateurs. See, I want to see Devin Haney fight somebody. Fortuna would be a good fight. I'm starting to think JoJo versus Tevin is a 50-50. Could be. JoJo did just hurt his hand. If JoJo's still the dude that fought Gary Russell, he should steamroll him. He should beat Tevin. He may not. Maybe Tevin style too slick for him. If I was a betting man, I'd probably pick Diaz, but maybe Tevin beat him. How did Danny get preference over Porter for WC mandatory with them fighting the eliminator? I don't know. You got to ask them. Probably because Sean just lost. Tevin versus Santa Cruz. Ask me after he fight JoJo. After he fight JoJo, I have a better answer for that. Is it a done deal for Luca Fortuna? I ain't heard nothing about it. Soon as shit get hot, Devin Haney shoulder start hurting, itching and shit. That would have been a good fight though. Fortuna and Haney. Good fight. But JoJo and Tevin, the fight of the month though. That's the only fight I'm really looking forward to. January was terrible, but historically it usually is terrible at the beginning of the year. Ain't no good fight. I figured J Rock wasn't gonna fight no Lara. He said boxing and hockey the most racist sports. Random thought. Boxing is just race driven. If Keith Thurman would have fought Errol Spence after beating Garcia after Spence beat Brook, who he would have picked? I don't know. That's a good question. What's on your mind, young Frank's mom? Looking back at it, I probably would have took Keith. In hindsight, I probably would have took Keith. For sure. People said Earl would have went to the body. I'll probably take Keith. I think Keith was a better fighter. Yep. At the time. I think Keith would have edged him for sure. I think Keith would have outboxed Errol Spence, bro. But it would have came down late if Errol Spence would have took Keith power. He would have probably about the 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th round. Errol Spence possibly could have stopped Keith. But I mean, that'd been a good fight. That would tell me a lot about Errol Spence. Keith Thurman probably went in there. He probably would be up about at the 6 rounds. He probably been sweeping Errol Spence at the 6. But 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, he definitely was on knockout alert. Errol Spence might have dogged him in the end. But I think the way he was so cautious fighting, Keith Thurman overall better fighter. Put it to you that way. Keith Thurman better fighter. Faster feet, faster hands, better IQ. Thing about Keith is he just a front runner. But versus the Pacquiao fight, he showed that he got some back ends. He got some back end gas too. I think Keith was a better fighter at his best than Errol. Errol not that good. I've been saying that. Errol not that good. Errol stiff. Errol don't know how to counter punch. Errol ain't got no feet. He can cut the ring up, but he don't get on his toes. Is Bob Arum making Jamil Charlo fight Frampton? Yeah, he making him fight. No market for Jamil Herring. No market for him. Maybe he can beat Frampton. Frampton ain't that good though. Neither is Herring though. But hey, Keith Crawford, Yuga's best welterweights. Julian need to fight Lara though. Salute Nicholas. Deshaun, he say, how you think Sean do with Mikey? Where he beat the shit out of Mikey? Sean probably fuck around and stop Mikey ass just on aggression. He said, same here after watching Porter Spence. I think Keith would have. It'd have been close. Been close. PBC got so much talent at 54. Castano, Lubin, Lara, Goucher, J-Rock, Jamil. These matchups need to happen. A lot of them happen, haven't they? No, not really. Well, Jamil and Lubin already happened. You forgot about Odell Beckham, and Jared Hurd. Jared Hurd fight next week. He fighting a dude that J-Rock had a draw with in his 6th fight. Ain't that crazy? Everybody fought this dude that he fighting. Division. Keith would have beat Spence. Probably would have. I don't know why Keith was scared of Errol Spence. I never really sat well with me, dog. Why was he scared of that man? I didn't get that. I never really got that. He said Keith lost, so they say he got outpointed by Pat. But Pacquiao was picked before the fight even started. Yeah, I thought Keith edged it. Goucher versus Lara and Jamel versus Louisville happened so far. Yeah, I mean, Goucher ain't that good to me. Like Goucher is like Danny Garcia without power. Now, if Goucher had power, then we'd be talking something different. But Goucher ain't that good. Solid fighter, but he ain't elite. I still putting Jared Hurd over Goucher for sure. Hey, I still put Austin Trout over him, even though they had a draw. I thought Goucher won that fight though. Remember, Bob Arum said Crawford was going to fight in Africa, and then Bomac said, "Hell no." You can see who ain't on the same page. Spence was stopping guys coming up through the ranks, and people hyped him. That was McFadden. Little Star said Lara don't have the same legs. He don't move around like that. You know, back in the day when he fought Canelo, yeah, he slowed down. In hindsight, Porter fought Errol. Had Mikey not took the fight first. Yeah, I think so. He would have had no choice. I think Lara's still the best 54-pound Elijah Wyman. Boucher is a good comeback fight for Harrison. Yeah, it's solid. Might be a little bit too tough for a comeback fight, but solid. Her stand at 54. Yep. Jared Hurd stand right at 54. If he fight next week, yeah, I'm gonna tell you this dude that he fought before I get off and read off his resume. Hold on. Give me a minute. Hold on. Put this dude up. Francisco Santana. This dude 25-7, 1 draw, knocked out once, 12 knockouts. Now this is who this dude fought. He lost to Kareem Mayfield when Kareem Mayfield was 5-0-1 by split decision. He lost to Kareem Mayfield then by technical knockout about a year later. Julian Williams fought him at 0-0. He had a draw with him, J-Rock. After he had a draw with J-Rock, he lost to Jamel Charlo on points. Since then, he beat Freddie Hernandez, Eddie Gomez. He lost to Saddam Ali. He lost to Jose Benavidez Jr. He just beat Felix Diaz last year, majority decision. He just lost to Abel Ramos last year. That was 2 years ago he fought Felix Diaz. And now he fighting J-Rock next Saturday. Yep. Yeah, he fought J-Rock when he was 6-0. Yep. Had a draw. Triple G Sparks Munguia. I believe so. Munguia getting better. I heard they gonna move him slow. I heard he hurt his hand that fight too. They ain't talking about that though. I heard he hurt his hand. His lead hand. Tomato can coming up. Santana was really a 47-pound C. He beat Diaz easy. I saw that fight. Holyfield promoted that card. Damn. Yeah, it was like a WBC unofficial tournament or something like that. You think Munguia ready for Selucky? I don't know. Selucky got the shit beat out of him last time by Demetrius Andrade. Omar Figueroa had Errol shook. Never forget. Because they fought in the amateurs. He beat him. I think that fight would look different in the pros. That was a good money fight for Errol Spence. I don't know why they didn't make that fight happen. Al Heyman ain't serving up no Mexicans to no niggas, dog. Unless Floyd say so. He could have. I mean, other than Errol fighting, but Omar took some time off too. They should have made that fight. He said Luke Kuechly just retired. Damn, for real? Ooh, yeah. Remember Patrick Willis retired like that too. You must be on it because they ain't even got that shit on Google yet. That's crazy. Yeah, let me get off here and do that video then. Appreciate it, man. Hit that subscribe button, share the video. Appreciate the love, support. And y'all know the rest. Y'all want to make a donation, all that information in the description. Just share the video for your boy. Hit the thumbs out on the way out. We gone.